Alright, it's time for another Websites and Wine. The website is Kosaten. There's one in Hobart which I've been to, so I'm going to spend some more time on the website this time. And the wine, Milton Pinot Gris. Very good. Just a splash, because I reckon with websites around restaurants, they're pretty small, so it's probably only a few pages to go through. But we'll check it out. So what do we got? Hang on. Alright. So you got to like a dark theme. I like the color, contrast. Choose your location straight up. Okay. How about Lonnie, Geelong, Ballarat? Splash pages like this, I don't recommend them too often, but when there is a region selector like this, especially when there's two states at play, it's certainly acceptable. Probably could have fit it in on one frame, but if we are going to scroll, maybe use this space to highlight opening hours and phone number and that sort of thing. And pretty much that's what restaurant sites need to get right. You know, in the early days when I was in web production, always it was restaurant websites that got a bad rap, and they probably got the last laugh, really. Social is probably more important for restaurants these days, but a website is still a staple and it needs to have the right information. And typically restaurant sites can get it wrong. So what I'm expecting here when I go into Hobart here is obviously the menu, but straight up give me the location, give me the opening hours, make it clear if I need to make reservations. If you get those right, you know, you're doing okay, I think. So let's check it out. Okay, the images aren't clickable, text is. Okay, so it's no nonsense, it's straight into the menu. We've got some of the locations again, but missing the Geelong one, I've noticed. So probably, if it's coming soon, they probably need to cover that off. Your sidebar is region specific, so yeah, we can order. Okay, it goes straight to Uber Eats, booking goes to Now Book It. So, you know, people are familiar with these widgets that probably go off to other pages, yeah, and go through the reservation process. So that's fine. Don't mind that, like that it goes straight into a menu, but I'm getting a feel for, yeah, this is a image. Now, for desktop sites, image, you know, you can get away with it, although it's not semantic, meaning that none of this content is structured. So, you know, none of these are actual words, it's just an image of a word. But to prove a point of why images aren't really acceptable in this instance is when you switch to mobile. Imagine that's your mobile phone screen, and you're really going to have to zoom in into each of these components to understand what those menu items are. Also, I'm not sure if you can do image maps anymore. Probably you can, but none of this is clickable either. So I can't click on the battery point address to get there. I can't click on the phone number to start calling them. And so I would change this information to be real content with real interactive links, just to benefit the people who, you know, either want to make a phone call straight up or already know that they want to go there and just need the directions. So it just saves people having to go to Google Maps, for example, to type it in themselves. Let's just check about the different regions. So Lonnie, I'm going to assume that it's the same kind of format. Yeah, it is. So it's very bare bones. I don't mind that it goes straight to the point. And like I mentioned, socials is probably more important to understand what the menu items look like, the general vibe of the place. Like I said, I've actually been here, and funnily enough, this is like it uses a bit of a sushi train style where it serves the food on a conveyor belt to all the different booths, and that is not evident here at all. So just think about your users as well, especially if they've had a referral from a friend or a family member to say, oh, I should check out this restaurant. They describe it. They might try and explain the sushi train poorly like I just did. And it's good to demonstrate that on the website. So maybe if we went to Insta, we probably could. No, this has gone to Squarespace. So they have to, not even Squarespace works. Squarespace doesn't have that Instagram. That's a bit odd. Don't know what's going on there. But that has to link out to their real Instagram. So I think this is pretty a quick websites and wine review. Better drink another just to stay hydrated. But yeah, I think if you adjusted this menu just a little bit around the actual interesting features of Kosaten with that sushi train, and they'd be doing quite alright in just fixing up those links. But I love this kind of, you can't go wrong with the dark theme and the contrast, and they've actually got some quite interesting artwork between the regions. So there's an opportunity to have a little bit of distinction here. And I've just also noticed there's no opening hours, so I don't know when this restaurant is open, and I'm going to presume that Facebook is probably a dead link as well, or going to Squarespace. Let's have a look. Yeah. So that's when you start going into Google instead and having to type in Kosaten and checking, and hopefully, yeah, and good old Tassie region sometimes doesn't pick up and you go to Victoria instead. So I've got to flick to Kosaten, Hobart. At least they've got the listings in here where we can understand when the hours are there, but it's good to reflect onto the your own website as well. You want to have the source of truth. And look at that, we've actually just realized that the menu link in the Google business listings page is incorrect. So there's just a bit of link housekeeping required and changing this menu, and I think they'll be doing okay. All right, cheers Kosaten, cheers Milton for that Pinot Gris, and I'll catch you next time. Ciao.